Yeah, well, now in Crystalla, we'll see the bans. Obviously, from last week when I was here, it was always the Shimada brothers, Genji, Hanzo. But after the patch, we saw, well, even yesterday and the day before, we saw, well, I saw from my house when I was watching the stream, there were some different bans from different teams. So I guess they are, you know, ban sniping kind of, depending on who they're up against. And, wow. So, once again, it's not Genji and Hanzo. First two bans.
Yeah, oftentimes I think we oftentimes still have those brothers up there, but still, but there are some changes. There are some changes, and I think it really comes from all that Sonya change, because Sonya is basically not locked in before the second den phase. So, and oftentimes Greymane becomes the best DPS in that choice. That's why they're taking that one out. Hanzo is open because of that, but instead they're gonna go with the Uther, the pair up. I think they're thinking is something else other than Hanzo here. BlossoM is thinking in a long term, I think.
They're painting a big picture, you're saying. But anyway, since you talked about Greymane, Greymane actually, I was just looking at statistics, and it was 93 or 93.9% pick rate. But I was looking at that, and you know, we do see Greymane all the time, but the win rate is actually not even over 50. It's 48%. So, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys, some of you may also know this already. But Greymane being, you know, such a favorable pick, now even being banned, you know, is it really the pick to go with when the pick rate is 84% roughly, but the win rate is half that?
Well, the win rate, of course, a lot of the weaker teams also play the same hero, and that may actually bring down the number. The fact that the participation rate is so high means that hero is in the meta. We need to play him or either ban him. That's exactly why the numbers are. That's what the numbers are telling all of us. Stealing the Haka away from Rich's hands. They're going to be focusing onto that solo before the second one, and also grabbing ETC. ETC has been very highly contested since yesterday. Even Milky Way had really against Milky Way. ETC was banned all match last night.
Yeah, forced him to play a noob, I saw, and he did not hit a lot of his stuns. But however, Black does take Hanzo and Tyrael, bans Tracer. See what BlossoM would respond with the ban.
Banning a Tracer, not that they are crazily scared from due to Tracer, because oftentimes when they bring out Tracer, it did not really fit them. I think that's kind of off as a ban, but still there's not a specific one to ban here, so they're just having that out. BlossoM's considering about Lucio 0 and 0-10 still, maybe 0-11, whatever the number is, it's still 0% win rate, so it doesn't really matter. But considering about Lucio ban, maybe they're thinking about. I don't think they will. They were considering Lucio anyhow because they already have Tyrael. And all they have to do is provide one more protection for one single target. I think Stukov here fits pretty well for KSV Black, considering that they already have Hanzo, they have Tyrael for shields, and plus that shield, if they have all the healing going around with Stukov, that's a lot of sustain for themselves already.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, Black is actually the one to actually focus down one champ, and they go with Falstad and Rehgar. But anyways, as I was saying, they like focusing down, and you know, they're not just always playing aggressive. They always have that composition where, you know, they could always maneuver around depending on, you know, to protect their dealers as well, DPS, and they're not just going all in, if you see, as you notice in the picks. And BlossoM takes away Vala and Ariel.
Okay, I can follow this, but it is very old. It is very old, outdated, out of the meta. Vala, we have not seen Vala. I think this is the 4th or 3rd Vala of the season from Korea only. Maybe 4th or maximum of 5. And the reason why her HP is too low, there are lots of CCs. She does a lot of damage. You got good damage when there are lots of peels to happen. Even with the double support, sometimes she cannot survive. In this case, I guess with Ariel, with Uther, she does have a lot of protection, but she has to pull all that. Her output has to be the maximum all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Basically. And they do have the global, so they can kind of act against Falstad. What is his last pick going to be? They do have poke from the back line. They're looking for that solo lane.
Yeah, they are definitely looking for that solo lane.
Let's see,
will
maybe
come
not
out?
just
Leoric, okay.
okay instead.
Okay.
I was sort of thinking maybe Tyrael as a solo, but they are still sending that Leoric. So they want to have this. They just want to build their front line super tanky and then try to poke that out and really consider with the global with the fall stat. But I think it's going to be coming down with how much Tutu is able to put out as a Vala. No percent damage, of course. No Taika spend still, but they are bringing that Vala in. BlossoM is trying not something new. They're trying to bring something old back. What's comfortable for them.
Yeah. And we'll see how BlossoM Tehaka also performs here, managing lines and so EXP depending on the situation of their team. And Leoric, and we'll have to see what happens in this game.
Let's go first Talo here. Guys, I know the title is. I'm not the one fixing it.
Is it still?
We live in Korea, guys.
Yeah.
By the way. And
okay. But anyway, yeah, they are preparing.
Yep, it's going to change soon. Yeah. BlossoM, as I mentioned, their team fight basically relies on Vala. If they lose Vala, for any whatsoever reason, and it's not going to be easy. I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say easy because when Falstad flies in, even actually it is reset because that's interesting. Sake on Rehgar. That means Kyocha is on. Okay. Does that mean Kyocha is on Leoric? I didn't quite catch all the IDs here. Reset was in Falstad. Sake was in Rehgar. Rich very likely.
They're only showing BlossoM. Come on.
We're trying to think.
Gonna get this push.
Very likely Rich solo lane, so he's gonna be on Leoric. So which means Tyrael, Kyocha. Well, it's not his first time. Oh, Rich is on Hanzo, so he wants to be aggressive and twist on Tyrael. So it is going to be Kyocha flexing in as a Leoric as a solo lane, which he did sometimes with Artanis, but not too often. And his Artanis was not the best.
All right. Well, now we have ETC alone by himself at mid, but they're actually, focusing on protecting Vala early game so he doesn't get picked off with the rotations. And now we have them going for the camps. Black a little earlier.
And of course, with Ario, you can't really go in for the Q Vala. Will provide a lot faster of a camp timing with the double support if Vala goes for Q, but with Ario, basically has to go for the burst damage. Other side, there's some heals available, so there's no Grey main in this game, so camp timing will be a little bit slower, but that's why KSV Black wanted to start that early on, as they still control the top lane alone with Leoric here.
Yeah, and definitely they are not allowing BlossoM to catch up to their camp timing with not having Grey main on the board. And now they're at mid. Here we go. Leoric actually rotated down.
This one's a different one. Long time ago when we had Uther autoban long time ago, that actually allowed the holy trinity of Vala, Ario, and Tassadar in that way. But Tassadar kind of died out because he does provide some wave clear and he does great escapes, but that shield is just not enough sometimes. Maybe with a tracer he does fare well, but oftentimes it is better to have Uther now because Uther pairs up better, not just with the DPS but with tanks giving that armor. Even Wiz staying here as a 4v3, they should be pushing, but instead they're losing it. Maybe. I don't think it's because they didn't take Tassadar here. It's because how Rich has been poking in so well with the basic attacks and Q and all that scatter arrow too.
Yeah, and no kills came out yet, but that top EXP soak by Leoric alone when they had 4-man at mid, that made the difference, and they are already half a level ahead. They are catching up. They're on tribute.
Well, because of all that, the Haka was staying in the mid lane, lost lots of experience from the minions on top lane. Leoric now already. See, Black, they have everything in their hand. They know the control, they know the movement of BlossoM, what they're going to do. This 4-man, if they just continue to harass with the Sonic Arrow, Scatter Arrow, Dragon's Arrow, well, anything. Unless BlossoM gets a kill, big power slide onto Rich or Sake.
Yeah.
They're
not gonna happen.
They're going to be losing the game. Their lanes will be pushed, at least the mid lane or the bottom lane.
Yeah,
they are sending Auriel, which is not the best choice here.
All right, they're going in for it.
Trying to do the power slide, but going into Hanzo was not. Seemed like it was not the right choice. But look at that skill damage coming out from Hanzo. That was not the best one, but still, with Rhaegar, with Tyrael, so much more damage with the Swift on 7. Tyrael giving that attack speed also. That's why the reworked the new Tyrael is just so strong after 7, and BlossoM without 7 kind of underestimated what Tyrael could do, what kind of changes that he could provide after 7.
Yeah, so basically it just seems as if BlossoM made the wrong call staying with a 4-man from mid, but that's just the beginning, and they were at the tribute, unable to grab the tribute, and they ended up losing it, and they ended up losing mid and bot lanes experience as well. So basically just minus for everything so far.
Yep, and one of the weakness of the Dozo support was the rotation, was quick rotation when you had to force. That's how bad it was. Sending an Auriel to the mid lane to get that wave clear. That was almost a disaster. Might as well just give up the tribute and try to actually push your own lane so you can have that power and ganking with Gondar rotating up and down. I think that was a better choice, may have been.
Yeah, definitely. If they were gonna end up losing two heroes and lose experience and lose a tribute, then why not just not give up 2 kills and just give up the tribute from the start?
Yeah, and that's the cost of giving out Hanzo. For a second there was a 2v3, and there were those skill shots, man. And if you're close to the wall, you get all the shots from the W. Now Nasang just going to harass here as no harm is done. Luther not even going to try it. There here goes Falstad.
Times it with Falstad.
I thought for a second Dehaka was also going to come, but that's going to be a dead Luther. There was no way out of there. I think Dehaka was considering of coming, but there was no way of stopping that 3-man anyhow, so he didn't even try to brush tuck in. Now this gives another kill to Black, and they're going to start what they want to.
They're going to go for the boss camp. But yeah, when that Falstad jumped in with Lyric from bot, just walking up, Luther was already a dead man. Good thing Dehaka didn't come in, because he would have been a dead man as well. Boss goes down super quick. Trying hard.
This is an old rotation with before the lane changes, before the game timing changes, and it seems like BlossoM is playing this in 2017, and we're living in 2018, and it's February already. We have new rotations with the lane changes, with the camp changes. We have Hanzo now. We have everything new, lots of changes. See KSV Black, they're bringing the new ones. Falstad, they have the new Tyrael. BlossoM, they just kept exactly the same. Let's see, here's the Entomb. Trap all of them down. Where is that arrow authentication? While they're trying to buy some time during the team fight here. Tyrael is dragged, but gets Ancestral. That's enough. They didn't even need that gust to disengage. Seems like they actually want to fight even more here. Doing some harass. Look at the damage onto Gondar. That's insane. The drag misses.
Alone.
That power slide does not connect to reset. Kyocha is looking for that angle again from the side. We'll be back in 15.
They want to get out of this small corridor, especially with Falstad and Hanzo on the opposing side. And Valo was actually staying alive pretty well that fight, but unable to do anything critical to Black.
Yeah, they're just outranged. Even their power slide is not. It's not. Even if Gondar comes in, is able to do. Oh, that big boss with the 3-man with the pair up, but the disengage is here. Not enough damage comes to shield from Tyrael. Rich survives all that, and they can do whatever they need. There's an agent to protect Gondar. Let's see how this chase is going to go on. There's a isolation lands on Hanzo, perfectly done by Wiz. Nice catch by Dehaka here. BlossoM turns that around. Big Mosh to start off. Nicely done with the dude to pair. I thought it was not enough for the time being, but look at this. They win the team fight, but they are about to lose a lot of HP from this keep.
Yeah, I guess Black probably assumed maybe get 1 or 2 kills and maybe get a keep down and a mid tower down. But even though they lose 2 players, Hanzo and Rhaegar, they still have the curse, and they're able to maneuver around, especially with Falstad alive. That
was incredible. That was an incredible holy cow there. as Mosh Pit really turned that tide around. Black, lots of their heroics were still on cooldown, of course. A lot of the men caught in that Mosh Pit. We saw the shield coming out from Tyrael. It was like overall, because like let's think about Tastar's shield and Tyrael's shield. Tastar only one target shield. Of course, you do get some value from that, from all your auto attacks in that way. But look at that amount of shield for everyone, all the minion, everything around Tyrael. I mean, Tyrael is top tier right now. Also was chosen so many times along with Blaze in other regions too.
Yeah, he's definitely an angel.
That's exactly why we have so much Tyrael.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Tyrael, you know, after the changes, it's like a must pick now, even in like solo queues, not only in tournaments. Tyrael is such a viable pick for everybody.
And that's exactly
why he's out here.
Yeah, we're gonna see some push coming out from BlossoM as they seems like they are trying to catch up in the rotation, trying to really force this one out. But the Holy Ground buying some time for the basic attack.
All right,
and Falstad has been pushing hard in the bottom lane, so BlossoM, they have to get something done. At least this fort, at least for BlossoM here. Black doing some damage, but
if you see Lyric, he's actually coming for that keep to finish it off.
This is not for the trade value, guys. This is actually for the keep. So he's doing this job, but look at this. Resets Falstad is out of his mind. What is he doing alone with the Dehaka? He's actually winning that so easily by himself. Of course, this push is going to work later on if it keeps on going. Maybe it's going to come into the keep, so that's exactly why Kyocha finished this job. He's hard back home. Now he's coming in. He does have the Entomb. Let's see the angle where he tries. Not this time.
All right, we'll see what happens now. Lyric is back, and Falstad alone against Dehaka. 4v4, 1v1 going on. But look at that bottom keep health. It's almost gone again.
Yeah, BlossoM, they have pushed in a little bit, but not too much. Not as much as KSV Black for sure.
Right, definitely not. That was definitely not worth the trade.
Even Gondar was not that Entomb trapping both of them. That Divine Shield was basically wasted. Even if you try to mosh pit here, only going to catch Leoric, but to survive with the shield at the last moment. Drags out a nice one. On a long cooldown, Divine Shield on 76 seconds when a Dragon Zero and Entomb will be back in 30 and 50. That's a good trade.
All right, BlossoM going for that tribute. You know, they're both at 0-0. They're just going to give that tribute up and go for the boss.
That's exactly why they're going for the boss. They may actually not even get the curse before this game is over.
Yeah.
There's a gust a little bit early, but still to secure the boss, easily handled. Here comes Wiz, but maybe a little bit too late already.
Yeah. All right, see. Oh, mosh pit. Oh.
This is Entomb is available in 3-second sanctification along with that combo. It's isolation, so cannot provide that Entomb yet. Ariel healing coming in from Modern. Very nice. Kyocha trying to do what he can. There's that Entomb. Mosh pit is not available. There was a big power slide, but no pair up with the big CC. Hanzo is doing all that poking damage from the back. Lion Fist is surviving all that. And Nasan goes down. That's going to be the second kill from Hanzo. Maybe we'll see a little bit more, but Tutu has been surviving so well with the healing coming out, but
2-for-2 trade right now. Hanzo and Falstad's been doing all the damage they can in the back, but now the front line is down, but BlossoM is also low on health and the boss is hitting.
Now boss was already on the core. I didn't even mention that when another one chased with the scatter arrow, I guess. That's going to be another kill. After Ariel backs out, there's going to be a lot less healing coming for Vala, and it was really hard for Vala to push anywhere in. That gust actually saved Wiz in a way. Yeah. One more auto would have been a kill, but this boss is taking down the core, and that's going to be enough. Hanzo's already on the core. That's game number 1. That tribute, they spent all that time getting that tribute, but it didn't really matter for KSV Black because they were ready to finish set number 1, and that's going to be game.
Yep, that was